And in the few appearances Melo had in Houston, he missed a lot of open three-point shots. I'm not sure if his legs were still the same because towards the end of his career, the last few years in New York and also the few years in OKC, he kept pump faking a lot every time he drove to the rim. So that's pretty much the first sign you start to see players, they don't really have that same athleticism anymore when they start pump faking nonstop, especially for guys like Melo, who used to just go to the rack and just bang it.
They held that against it. And yo, D-Wade, I had to swallow my pride and ego so much in Houston. Like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it because everybody says I can't do it.
Nobody believes you're gonna be able to do it.
Nobody believes that.
I ain't think you can do it.
He's gonna come off the bench. He's like, it's like.
Okay.
Now, it's not just coming off the bench. It's not just about that, Melo. Keep in mind, with the system the Rockets already had, in which they pretty much finished top 2 in the West year in, year out. They already had a few guys coming off the bench, and Melo might have had to been at least a second to third guy coming off the bench. They already had guys like Austin Rivers already built into their system, Daniel House, Kenneth Faried, Gerald Green, James Ennis III. They already had a plethora of guys that was already built in and understood their roles already. And them almost making it to the finals the year before, they're really not going to take a lot of pushback from Melo not wanting to fit into that role.
Can't do that.
Bro, I never said I ain't coming off the bench. I told y'all do what y'all got to do. I'm just here. Like, y'all do what y'all got to do, right? Go there. Well, we want to keep PJ in the starting lineup. Cool. Go ahead. I already accepted the fact that I'm coming off the bench. Cool.
The drip god, aka PJ Tucker, you know, he was playing that great defense in Houston. It was playing him like almost 38 minutes plus a game. He was the only real defender at times.
D-Wade, I went on a spree of like averaging like 24, like for like 7 out of 10 games.
I remember. You was hooping.
Bro.
He was hooping, but Houston was losing. Houston was losing, and it was looking like nothing like they were the year prior. That was the issue. They already had a system where they were a top 3 to 2 team in the West year in, year out. All of a sudden, they got Melo, a guy that's going to want more volume shots. He's going to want more usage. And just out of nowhere, they have a slow start to the season. So you ask yourself, how is analytical man, aka Daryl Morey, going to really handle this? Or is he even equipped to have proper communication with CP3 and Melo to make sure that the roles are understood?
Come back to San Antonio. We're on the San Antonio trip. In the room, I get the call. Hey, I'm coming in town. We need to meet. We like 3-5 or something like that. Need to meet. I'm thinking he wanted to meet with me to figure out what's going on with the team and the players. And I don't want to say his name. I don't. Come to my room and says.
Now right there, I wonder if he's talking about James Harden. Something is going on with one of the players. Melo sort of alludes throughout this conversation that James Harden might have been one of the players that was in the know of him leaving Houston.
Yeah, I think your services are no longer needed.
Straight to it.
I say.
No foreplay.
No foreplay.
Damn. Sounds like he had all the foreplay with James Harden. I'm pretty sure he spoke to him before making that decision. I know James Harden gave that A-OK.
I say, man, get out of here, man. What you talking about, man? We gonna figure this shit like that. Like I gotta take it on the joking side. He's like, man, yeah, we gonna figure, but nah, we just don't see you part of the plans going into playoffs. Playoffs? We are 9 games into the season. You talking about playoffs? So now I'm getting serious. He's just like very stoic and like, well, this is what it's gonna be, and this is, and I say, damn, bro, like you don't have a soul, man. You don't have a heart. You don't.
It's not all that, Melo. He just don't have great communication skills. Number one, he should have told Chris Paul, you are not a good fit for this team right now. He should have just told him straight up. Instead, it's obvious that Daryl Morey was tap dancing around, and then when you came through, you didn't work out. It was an easy decision. You could just tell from the way he did it. He already knew this shit was never going to work.
I can take it. But the fact that you just came in here and just said, we don't have no place for you on this team. And I asked you why, and you tells me, well, it's just not a fit. I thought it was gonna fit. It's not gonna fit.
No, he never fucking thought it was gonna fit. He was just trying to please CP3. Once again, Daryl Morey, man. Oh my God, this guy. It's like he put himself into weird circumstances for no reason. Just man up and tell CP3, no thank you. We're not gonna go out and get Melo.
What's not gonna fit? So now, wheels are turning. Call CP. Go CP. Listen, bruh, you my family. You my brother. If you knew anything about this,
Not you knew anything about this.
this is real talk. This
I
is
know,
1
I
o'clock
know.
in the morning. Yo, come to my room right now, champ. Like, he like, what? I ain't there. Now I don't give a fuck where you at. I need to holler at you. Yo, you know anything about this? Come in the room. What? Man, I swear I ain't. Yo, see, don't lie to me, bro. Like, come on. Like, I'm hurt at this point. Like, nigga, you my best friend. Like, nah. Like, I'm gonna find out what's going on. I said, see, I just need you to tell me. I asked him 3 times, but CP will tell you that. I asked him 3 times. Did you know anything about this? He like, nah.
See, the fact that Melo keeps confiding in CP3 throughout this whole Houston Rockets situation, it shows you CP3 was the reason why Melo was there. He definitely made that request to Daryl Morey.
I promise you. He did. So I'm like, oh, all right, my nigga ain't, you know what I mean? Like, all right, boom. Like, I'm gonna figure this out. Like, I'm gonna figure it out. See, don't even trip. Call somebody else. Yo, you know about this? Nah. What's going on? But
I'm wondering who's somebody else. You see, Melo does not say the name. I believe Melo has issues with James Harden. And this is the player he's talking about right now. Because James Harden would be the only one to know because he's running the ship in Houston. Daryl Morey's whole rise to fame is James Harden. So at this time, if James Harden wanted Melo to stay on the team, he would have stayed on the team.
I was just with you at dinner. So of course you don't got nothing to do with this. I'm just with you. You know I'm about to head a meeting. And to this day, I can't figure out what happened. I don't know what happened. I get rumblings of,
Right. Right.
how the game go. We was in that seat before, you know what I'm saying? Just a
Yeah.
matter of what you do with that seat.
Yeah.
Interesting. We was in that seat before. He's talking to Wade as being a team leader, the team captain, the team superstar. So who do you think he's referring to? He's referring to James Harden. It's James Harden, man. He's the only odd man out in this whole situation. He has the most say-so in Houston. But once again, Daryl Morey and his fucking communication skills are poor.